Nothing is the matter. You killed me, that's all. Jeff and I are not fighting, don't worry. Welcome to Inside the 261. That is a line from Bye Bye Birdie, which is the production that Campus High School is doing this weekend.
You delivered that well. Did you try out for the play?
I did not, but maybe I should.
You should have. I tell you what, you hit it spot on.
Thank you, thank you.
So we're really excited today.
Yes.
We're going to have a cast member and staff member from Campus High School that's going to be talking about the play that's premiering this weekend at campus. And really, really excited to share a little bit about Bye Bye Birdie and the work that goes on behind the scenes to make all that happen, and the great work being done in our theater department at campus. So really excited.
I know it's been a lot of work for them, Jeff. I heard that they were up very late last night working on some sets, so I know it's going to be terrific.
No doubt it will be.
I will definitely be getting my tickets. So let's welcome our first guest. Our first guest today is Mercedes Hindman. Welcome to Inside the 261, Mercedes.
Thank you, Penny. It's so nice to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here. And we know that last year you taught speech for Campus High School. So tell us a little bit about the transition to being a theater teacher.
So I have had my speech and theater endorsement for the past decade, and I was heavily involved in the local speech and debate community for the past 20 years or so.
Great.
However, transitioning from teaching speech to doing a 6A high school theatrical program is quite the transition. I've been teaching for 14 years. I've been in education for 17 years. And I will say that in a lot of ways, I felt like a new teacher. A lot of it is just learning the timing, and there's so many little pieces that go into a production. I'm still fine-tuning that.
Sure.
And that has been the biggest challenge, is learning how to manage all the little pieces.
Well, if anybody can do it, you can, Mercedes.
I appreciate that, Penny. Thank you.
So you hear that a lot from teachers when they change either grade levels, if you're an elementary teacher, or if you're changing subjects or content. You hear that a lot, that it's like starting over. I mean, that's a pretty common statement.
It is, because if we get so used to our niche that we're in, and things just start to run like clockwork, that when you start something new or add a new prep, it's like hitting the reset button. You have to kind of recalibrate.
So you're teaching theater, but it sounds like you have a background in theater. Did you do theater in high school or college?
So I was not a theater kid. I was actually a policy debate and speech and debate kid.
Okay.
We did what we call forensics, which also has a lot of interp and theater-like events. However, one of the former directors of drama at Campus High School, Greg McGlynn, was my seminar teacher all 4 years of high school. I did take theater classes with him, but I was so heavily involved in the policy debate and speech community that I did not do any theatrical productions, though McGlynn did shamelessly try to get me to. I was very loyal to the debate and forensics program.
Cool.
Well, I bet he's proud of you now.
Yeah, I actually ran into him at several recent events. Actually, we were in Sterling watching Sterling College's production of Bye Bye Birdie. Ironically, they are also doing the same musical that we're doing. And so I saw him there, and I ran into him at another local convention, and it's been really positive. He was very encouraging.
I
and
bet.
has been
So
very
how did
helpful.
you pick Bye Bye Birdie?
So that's a great question. So with musicals, I have to work very, very closely with Miss Becky Riffey, who is amazing, by the way. Musicals would not be possible without her. And Miss Riffey is, she is our vocal expert. So she understands what our vocal range is for our students. We do have, young students, they're still growing, their voices are still growing. So it's very important that we pick things that are vocally appropriate for them, so that they don't damage their vocal cords.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so Ms. Riffey gets to know our students, gets to know what kind of parts the kids can sing, because that's important, because with musicals you can't just change the music, it is what it is. And so she figures out what ranges do we have, and then she makes recommendations of potential shows based off of the vocal range. Yeah, there's a lot of planning that goes into it, a lot of thought. And so she recommended she recommends normally about 3 to 4 different musicals. We kind of collaborate and talk about it. And then we decide which one we think will be the most fun or the best showcase for students. And I picked Birdie out of the choices she gave me because it is a larger cast. And I wanted to give more kids a chance to perform. It's also a classic. It's a multi-generational classic. Birdie originally debuted in 1960. I actually have some of my students that are in this show are Hugo. His mother, I believe, played Kim in the 2006 or 2007 campus production.
How fun.
And then I also have some campus alumni who played in the 1970s production here. So
it's got a history.
It's got a history, and that's part of why we wanted to do it as well.
So Mercedes, obviously, as we talk about extracurricular activities and the impact it has on kids, as most people that have been experienced in sports, they try out.
Yes.
Typically they try out. So talk about the audition process that you go through, or a student goes through, when they think, I want to get involved in this. I want to be in Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah, so what we do is we do an all call. So we post, this year we did like a QR code, and we let people know, hey, auditions ran right after Labor Day this week, or this year. And so we put out an all call. We also make sure that they have access to what scenes they might be reading. We put out vocal tracks so they can hear the music, and we give them kind of a list of what their audition songs would be based off of the roles. So for this particular musical, we had audition roles for all of our major vocal people, which are the McAfees, our Conrad, our Albert, and our Rosie. And then we also needed a chorus of people as well. So the big thing with the audition is we start with the music first, because because with vocal music, you either have the range for a song or you don't.
And I don't. I'll just tell you that right now.
Me either, Penny. I am not a vocalist. My students have heard me sing. I sing sometimes when I'm mad, or I just sing along because I get a song stuck in my head. I am not a vocalist, and they know that. But students have to be able to vocally, like, do they have the range or not? If they have the range, then Miss Riffy can work with them and coach them and help them. But if you don't have the range, I mean, you either do or you don't. If you're naturally a baritone, not all baritones can get tenor range. And not everyone can sing high soprano notes.
So does a student have to be in theater already to try out, or can any campus student try out?
Any student can audition this is our all-school musical, so anybody can audition. We actually have several students who were not traditionally in theater. One of our leads, Albert, is, I think this is his first ever show, and he is one of our vocal music kiddos. So it's really a cool thing to see how many people come together, especially with our pit. We have live music. We have several children from band and orchestra. It's everybody. It's the all-school musical.
That's great.
Yeah, and then we do have an all-school play that's coming up in, I believe, it's March, and it's going to be Puffs, based off of the Harry Potter Hufflepuff house.
Oh, cool.
Very nice.
So last night you said you worked till 11 o'clock.
Yes, a little
working
bit
on the
after
set.
11,
So
yeah.
talk a little bit, just briefly, about what goes on behind the scenes.
Oh my goodness.
Of creating a successful production.
Like I said, there's a lot of pieces. So set, I want to shout out Noah Alexander, who is my set design guru. He is our engineer for our set. He understands how to make everything work. And set, it is kids that are physically there building it. And we've got the saws back there. We've got the drills. I think there's actual video footage of me learning how to use a power drill. But every single bit of it, ground up, is done by students, and it's a process. And we have been working for over a month on set.
Wow.
And I have a stagecraft class that they help with that. And then my advanced theater kids help. We have had late night work nights. Last night we were finishing part of our set for our Ed Sullivan show, which is part of Act 1. And there's still a lot of paint touch-up. It is a lot of, it's a lot of walking through, almost like contractors do, where you're like, there's a scuff there.
Sure.
So we're finally at this part now where it's all together. But I'll tell you, it's an adventure. It is. Whew. And then costuming and props, there's so many pieces.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts.
Well, I know people are going to want tickets, so tell me the dates and the times of the shows, and how would someone get a ticket?
Absolutely. So our matinee, which is completely free for anyone who would like to come, starts at 9:20 on Thursday. It is roughly a 2-hour-long show. It is Thursday, November 13th, starting at 9:20. It's a 2-hour show. Then the actual show itself is Friday, November 14th, and Saturday, November 15th, and they start at 7 p.m. Ticket prices are $10 general admission. However, all students, including children, are free. It doesn't matter if you're a district student or not. We really want to kind of get the theater love out there and inspire our next generation of kiddos. Also, all staff are free because you guys already put in so much work and effort. And then we also are extending free tickets to all of our senior citizens. So if you are 55 or older, please come. And for everybody else, it's a $10 general admission. And we also will have a donation bucket for people if they want to donate, no obligation.
Well, we know it's going to be a great show, and those are some absolutely great prices. It's going to be fantastic, and we really appreciate you being our guest today.
Thank you. And I meant to mention that we are doing tickets at the door.
Oh, great. So we can get it right then and
yeah, we could seat over 700 and so.
Well, good luck in the production. I no doubt you'll be well prepared for it. Your kids will do a great job, and looking forward to Bye Bye Birdie.
Thank you. They are too. They've worked very, very hard. I appreciate your time, Penny, and thank you as well, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our next guest is Addi Evans, who plays Kim McAfee in the production. Welcome to Inside the 261.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I just kind of gave it away, but what is your role in the production, and was that the role that you tried out for?
Yeah, I immediately, whenever I knew that we were playing Bye Bye Birdie, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be Kim, I'm gonna be Kim. and I tried out for it, and then I got Kim, and I was so happy. I was like jumping for joy.
I really like that confidence. Probably why you got the part.
You know, Addi, one of the things I heard Hindman talk about was, and I hadn't thought about this, in a musical, you really have to have multiple talents, be able to sing and to act. I mean, that's really impressive when you think about, I hadn't thought to really process that until she shared that. So how do you prepare, or how did you prepare for the audition of Kim?
So what I did is I listened to the track that they give us over and over and over again. And then for the lines that we had, I kind of just looked over them so that I could like know what they are, but like not be over prepared for it. And then whenever we were like waiting for the thingy, I was just like crossing my fingers.
Did you watch another episode or a show of Bye Bye Birdie to get a feel for the actress who played Kim? And
Yeah, so they gave us a little movie that we could watch, and I watched the movie, and then I watched other little snippets of people on like the actual thingy, and I was like, I could do that, I could do that. And yeah,
Great.
I kind of just put it together.
So once you actually got the part of Kim, those are a lot of lines to learn. How do you learn all those lines?
So what we do is we write our lines down on a piece of paper, and then we kind of like try to remember it, like make sure that we don't look at the book, and we keep on doing it over and over and over again until we get it down.
That is a good tip. I'm going to steal it.
Kind of like studying for a test.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So obviously I'm a big believer that extracurricular activities really are an opportunity for kids to shine in some of the talents that maybe not are the same as they would see in a classroom. So thinking about from when you first learned about the role until today, obviously, and getting ready for the show next week, what have you learned through this process of being selected to take a lead role in a big production?
It's very it's one thing to know that you're the person in the beginning of the thingy, but to go through every single thing and actually like become the character and like become like who you are gonna act like and stuff like that. It's very like, I don't know what the word is. It's like very
Motivating, maybe?
motivating. Yes.
Okay.
It's very motivating because like you can kind of like put your own little personal self into that character, and it's just like your own little thing that you have.
Great.
Do you see yourself, when you're in a lead role, do you see yourself mentoring other actors or actresses on the set?
Yeah, so a lot of our cast this year is freshmen. So we kind of have been, everyone who has been in a production before, we've kind of been teaching them and like telling them like, ooh, if you need help with this, then you can just ask, or like do anything if you need to know where something is, then you can do that, and like we'll just be there for them.
That's great.
I'm curious, what other production were you in?
I was in the Addams Family last year.
What role?
I was just one of the ancestors.
Every role's important, though. Right?
Yes, it is.
Addi, what have you enjoyed most about the theater production in case there's other students watching that want to get involved?
I love going to the workshop nights. They are very fun, and you get to create new friendships whenever you go there. Like, of course you create friendships during the rehearsals and stuff, but the workshops, you can problem solve together, you can do things together, you can make a thingy together, and you're like, oh, we just did that, you know?
I don't even know what a workshop night is. Tell us more about that.
So the workshop nights are building the set.
Okay.
And painting stuff, getting stuff that needs to get done.
Thank you.
So if I'm thinking about going to the show, but I'm not quite sure, I watched this show today and maybe think, I want to go see Addi in this role. Tell me what I'd be missing out on if I didn't come see the production.
You would be missing out on the best production you'll ever see, because we have a really, really good lead. He is Albert, and he is very good. He is also in choir, and he has a really great voice. And he is he gets his acting down. Sometimes he has a little bit of hiccups, but
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
And it's so good. And then the dancing is just so great. We had one of our cast members actually choreograph everything that we have, and she's just so good at what she does.
Great. Well, Kim, we know you're going to make Addi, we know you're going to make a great Kim McAfee, and we hope you break a leg this weekend. And thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Best of luck. We're excited to watch you.
Thank you.
Well, Jeff, I will be definitely getting a ticket to Bye Bye Birdie. Sounds like it's going to be a great show.
You know, I've never seen Bye Bye Birdie, so I'm actually super excited to go and watch our students and staff perform in this, and no doubt that it will be a great production. You know, one of the things that really stuck out to me in this interview today is, and I just had never thought about this, the level of talent our students have to be able to perform in theater itself, and then also do it with the voice that Ms. Hindman talked about, that it takes to hit the notes and perform well in that situation. So
plus all the set design and getting that together.
And as we were in a break, I asked Ms. Hindman, and all of it is done by students. That to me is what is super impressive. It's like this show. Everything that you're seeing on this show is done by our students at Haysville West, and the work they do is outstanding, and no doubt the work we're going to see next Friday at the play is going to be top notch. It's, again, showcases the talent of our staff and students in our district.
Nobody is more thankful than Jeff and I that this show is mostly done by the students,
Absolutely.
Right? Well, we always like to wrap up our show with a quote, and today's is from Terrence Mann, who said, "Movies will make you famous, television will make you rich, but theater will make you good." And I know the production's going to be outstanding this weekend.
No doubt.
Thank you so much for joining us on Inside the 261, and that's a wrap for today's show. We'll see you next time.
Have a wonderful day.
Inside the 261.
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 Inside the 261.